turning cold. Feel your body numbing slowly. Can you hold yourself up on your own? You tense and shiver all throughout the night, feeling things you've never known. The whispers calling your name, telling you to find whoever you're meant to be. All ahead is empty, no foothold in sight, futures you cannot foresee.
Open your eyes, all around the world is changing. Realize nothing's as it was before. Out of the shadows, step into the light. Find your place in this new world. A song you found.
Hello there, and welcome to the final part of the user page for the Nintendo Switch. Anyway, yeah, the last part of Pokemon Legends Arceus, you can just call me Stent. Last time, we put Volo down with basically this team. Honestly, seemed kind of trivial when I did it. Not sure how it will be for you. Sorry, just issues with the audio on mine, and hopefully it shouldn't affect you, but yeah. We also spent a fair bit of time rediscovering how exactly you go against capturing the weather trio, the forces of nature as it were, which I gotta say would definitely have been of much use the first time I did it, because obviously I didn't think to use smoke bombs. I do have a fair few smoke bombs. Unfortunately, I didn't decide to go and grind out to Temp Star member, because honestly I had other things to do, and the only real reward you get, as far as I can tell, aside from just more money out from expeditions, is just like I think it was like 20 rare candies, 20 grit rocks, or 10. Either way, it was just a bunch of stuff would have trivialized the Volo fight even more had I done it, but at this point I don't think there's going to be many more fights we actually have to do which actually involve our Pokemon. In fact, I think, aside from some stuff we'll be doing a little later on, I think, we're just going to be one more, I think. Ah, you've arrived. You now know much about Landorus, Tornadus, and even Thunderous. Well done. In normal times, I would bid you let these three fly free as their nature, but we're yet fresh from the tearing of the space-time rift. Until its after effects fade entirely, perhaps it's best to keep the trio contained. And now, it is time to tell you the rest. What is it? There's one more of that cohort. Come. Yeah, we're only figuring this out now. Oh. This is Enamorus, a Pokemon hailed as the Herald of Spring. Enamorus is not particularly given to ill behavior, but I imagine you'd like to document her for your Pokédex, wouldn't you? Catch her then, if you like. She always flits about in the Crimson Islands. That's not too far from here. Yeah. I'm sure we can take this one. This is something which I've noticed the Pokemon series has been doing at least as far back as Sword and Shield, where they're just sort of bolting more Pokemon onto these already established sets of legendary Pokemon. Like, obviously back in, I believe it was the Crown Tundra? I want to say it's Crown Tundra. We were introduced to Regilucky and Regidrago when we were originally led to believe there were 3 Regis and then Regigigas, which you could argue that Regigigas also falls into that moniker of just shamelessly bolting on to pre-established Pokemon, but I feel at the very least Regigigas, despite being Regigigas, did at the very least seem more additive than anything. If that makes any sense. Just it brought more lore into the Regi trio which wasn't there before, because back in Ruby, Sapphire and Emerald, were just a bunch of pretty powerful Pokemon just hiding behind some braille doors. Not really much to them. And then there's just, you bring them forth into Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, and then you can, using the power of Rock, Ice, and Steel, unlock Regigigas. And that was fine. Now we have, just trying to, okay, I think it's north of here where we need to go. I think Enamorus is supposedly meant to hang around the Scarlet Bog. So we'll go have a look over there. So you have Regigigas, who, for the longest time, basically since Gen 4 up to Gen 7, acted as the sort of leader of these 3 different Regis who were part of this whole complete set sort of thing. Not really doing much to sort of justify myself, I feel, but regardless. Oh, there she is. Then all of a sudden in Sword and Shield, it's like you had these 4 and that was fine, and then all of a sudden you just have these other 2 Pokemon which are just here now, and that just sort of messes with the balance, I'd say. I think we can afford to waste smoke bombs, because I don't think we're going to be needing them after this. Also, could you please not hang out so close to Skuntank? Guessing you're actually going to have to go into the bog. Okay. I think we're just going to end up running out of sticky globs, unfortunately. Hopefully we can still do this, though. I'm fairly confident. Also, yeah, I think she spotted us. Now we also have to deal with these Crogunks. This could get a little bit annoying, I'd say. Right, gonna have to rely on balls of mud. I will say, though, in terms of Enamorus, I do kind of like the aesthetic. The whole petal thing does sort of remind me of Marluxia from Kingdom Hearts, which, say what you will, it's, I think at the very least, it's kind of cool. Right. Hopefully we just have to deal with the 1. Okay, good. I don't think God of War is necessarily the best one to bring out to this. Then again, I think it's a fairy type as well, so I suppose that's probably a good justification for it at the very least, that we haven't really seen this thing because fairy types are more recent phenomena. I just feel it's more so a means of just cashing on a nostalgia. I suppose that does look pretty cool, though. But also, Enamorus here also leads me on to another issue which I've come to experience with the Pokemon series. That mostly being with regards to, I think I've already mentioned this before, the nature of IVs. It made sense back in the early days when, as far as I'm aware, I could be wrong about this, but believe there was sort of a push to make the series anti-competitive by invoking this sort of random chance element to each of the Pokemon, so all the stats are basically random, and you just have to... Whether that was made as an anti-competitive thing, or just to make it so, oh, all these Pokemon here are unique. Everybody is unique and special, that whole sort of thing. Meaning via IVs or DVs, as they were called back in the day. They basically made all their stats random, so you could just potentially have two of the same Pokemon, but one stats are objectively better than the others. Where I'm going with this is, in more recent times, has there been more of a focus on competitive, let's put it that way. IVs don't necessarily make that much sense within the scope of this being a more competitively focused game. I mean, it makes sense in a more single-player experience like this one, where via grit items you can augment those stats and it's not too big of an issue. There are also bottle caps as well, which also help to mitigate that to an extent, but Enamorus is an example of the shortcomings which exist in the series still with regards to prepping your Pokemon for competitive. Also, she can put out a lot of damage. I mainly say this because her Furry form, there we go, finally called her. Her Furry form, much like with Tornadus, Landorus, and Thundurus, alternates her stats, and Enamorus mostly seems to want to be focused on Trick Room setups. I mean, you want something with minimal attack IVs, so you don't have to worry about foul play, and minimum speed IVs to get the most out of Trick Room, but you only get one chance to actually catch an Enamorus in this game, and no real way to check its IVs, so you just have to get lucky with transferring it up to Scarlet and Violet, and hope for the best that it's got the right IVs of all, like this one. It has a 3 in attacks, and that probably means it has 31 IVs in attack, so that's not good. But in order to check, I'd have to save and transfer it over to Scarlet and Violet, say. And if it's not the right IVs, I'd have to go all through the game again just to get another chance at catching an Enamorus. And that just seems like too much effort, compared to just having a system in which you can just either customize the IVs or allow you to put certain stats at 0 IVs. Like, I've seen a call, at the very least, for 0 IV bottle caps, but I know that in Scarlet and Violet, at the very least, in various other competitive formats, that there's calls for very specific IV setups. It was especially bad back in the days, basically Gen 2 to Gen 7 with Hidden Power, where in order to get the best Hidden Power, you had to have a very specific IV setup in order to get the right type of Hidden Power with the strongest base power. Because, of course, back prior to Gen 6, I believe... A completed Pokédex at last. Though in a way you could almost call this a stent dex. And of course you had your directive, didn't you? I recall the message you received when you first fell down to this land. Seek out all Pokémon, was it not? Seems you finally achieved that goal. So, where must you go now? Back to Spear Pillar, I presume, but it probably won't be for a while. Mount Coronet, the Temple of Sinnoh. You'll find nowhere else in all Hisui closer to the heavens, even Snowpoint Temple. You're practically among the stars up there, as if one with the very universe, all creation. What will happen there, I wonder? My scientific curiosity is positively roiling, but... well, this isn't my tale of adventure, it's yours. This is for you and you alone to go and find out. I will be sure to do so after I tied up all loose ends. We each have our separate duties. You'll also go to the Temple of Sinnoh. Our mine is to give this Pokédex a jolly good read-through. Alright. Now there's another side quest over here, and I've seen this one off screen a little bit, and I know exactly what we're going to have to do now. That being, same as with Adamant, I think for some reason Irida is just here, so gonna break out the Palkia. Gonna show her my Palkia, and hopefully she'll respond. The level disparage is just kind of comical at this point, because you have this deity here who's like in the level 60s, and then you just have Machamp here. You gotta wonder how exactly stats and experience equate to sort of real-world power, because I think I remember when I played Pathways, like you had all these high-level trainers who could potentially just level entire cities via their battles. It does sort of lead one to wonder just the sheer collateral damage a like full-out battle between all level 100 Pokemon would result in. Also, Irida's just here for some reason. Hey, Irida. Hello again, Stent. I felt your presence nearby when I was playing my flute earlier. I came to play for the Diamond Clan so they can hear the melodies my clan holds dear. But seeing that you reminds me, I've learned more about the Lustrous Globe. It seems to hold the power to transform Mighty Palkia into its otherworldly form, if you can believe that. I mean, I've already done it. You want to see? Listen, I want to battle Mighty Palkia. I want to prove to myself that when the Pearl Clan worshipped Mighty Palkia, thinking it was Almighty Sinnoh, our belief, at least, was real. Please, help me do this. Use the Lustrous Globe to transform Mighty Palkia and bring it alone to battle me. Irida's wish. I want to know Mighty Palkia's power firsthand, the power that brought space itself into being. You got it. Step forward into this great wide world takes bravery and determination. Oh, I'm gonna have a quite a fun time where I eventually get to that game, but yeah. Same as with Adamant. Main threat here is just Glacy. Thankfully, though, I have Spatial Rend, which is objectively better to Roar of Time, so slay all. That really does just resemble Judgment Cup, doesn't it? I kind of like it. I think it's pretty cool. Also, yeah, I think here Espeon is going to be my second priority. For now, though, let's just delete Glaceon. Sorry, Glacy. Yeah, despite being level 34, that Espeon could put out a sheer ton of damage here. Let me reciprocate. That's what I thought. And then, poor Flareon. What can you do here? That's your best. Still can't help but feel bad for the little guy. Just, it feels like he might have had every chance in the world, but still, the longest time he's just fallen so short. The flames of vengeance couldn't even melt a marshmallow. Kinda weird that nobody here has a Sylveon, I've noticed. The sheer power of Mighty Palkia. This is unfathomably vast as space itself. I'm in awe before it. That was incredible. That must have been the Pearl Clan's almighty Sinnoh. What kind of a name is Sept? Looks like the Pearl Clan's leader can really hold her own in battle too. Did you hear that? The people of the Diamond Clan praised our almighty Sinnoh. They praised mighty Palkia. Yep. I wanted to take the spirit of respecting and cherishing one another and spread it throughout Vastasui, and I'll do that through battling. I decide on behalf of the entire Pearl Clan. We'll bring our battles to Jubilife Village's trading grounds and let the ideas flourish. You gotta wonder how exactly the Sinnoh League founded, based off of this information. Also, yeah. Let me just check real quick, see how many side quests we have left to do. I'm not doing the Paths of Solitude, I've already made that clear. Incarnate Forces, just have to complete that, and I think... Oh, there's one here. Watering with Care. We just so happen to be in the area for that one. Let's have a look. Also, just let me get my team back, because I don't think it's going to be necessary, but it's just going to be nice to have them back. Especially, Kyle here. Just the true champion of this whole ordeal. Break out Enamorous, just so we can fill up Pokedex entries. We'll leave behind Porygon for the time being, and then just... That's not what I wanted to do. But yeah, we'll just put Umbreon there. That should be fine. So what do we need to do for Enamorous's entries? So just Extrasensory Springtide Storm. Extrasensory just brings back a whole bunch of memories regarding a lot of the Pokemon I fought in Colosseum and XD. It sort of reminds me, I said I wanted to do a Sapphire Nuzlocke at some point, but I think that's probably going to be after I finish Final Fantasy VII, so again a while, but at the same time, I'm probably going to put out a poll at some point, because I do kind of feel like going through Colosseum again at some point, then XD. Maybe I'll put in some other Pokemon games as suggestions, and we'll go from there. For now, though, what have you got to say, man? I've been waiting for you, kiddo. Let's get down to business. Let's have a look at that Sudowoodo. There he is, just standing there menacingly. Looking pretty listless, so I give it a whole feast of berries. Just sitting up there with minimum frames a second. Even though gobbling up, it still seems like it has no energy at all. Isn't that odd? So I figured it must be parched. After all, it's a plant, right? It must need to be watered. So if I could just fire off a healthy water pulse at it, I'm sure it'll perk up in no time. Actually... What, you don't agree? But plants love water. Sudowoodo isn't plants. Bring me a Pokemon that can use Water Pulse so we can get Sudowoodo feeling right as rain. I mean, it's raining right away, so I don't think we need to do that, but, alright, if I have to do so... Thankfully, I just so happen to have Samurott here. Fortunately, I'm going to have to get rid of Hydro Pump. Alright. Let's see what Samurott can do. Alright, get ready, Sudowoodo. All your worries are about to be washed away for good. Yes, we're doing this. Fire! And look at that, we made it angry, even though that was supposed to be super effective. Like, look how powerful... Let's have a look at the level disparity. Level 84. A Water Pulse from a level 84 Samurott against a level 26 Sudowoodo. You know what? I'm going to enjoy this. Snova, that's a pretty massive Sudowoodo. I didn't realize it was that big. Or maybe it's just I didn't realize Samurott was so tiny. Alright, let's see if we get a crit. I just realized Water Pulse has, like, perfect accuracy? That's wild. There we go, the demon is defeated. Wow. Oh. Maybe it doesn't like getting wet? Oh. Is that it? Gosh, I guess I rained on your parade. Sorry, Sudowoodo. Sorry. I'm sorry for making you a part of this too. I thought I was helping, but when you get right down to it, I just didn't understand Sudowoodo. Keep working hard on that Pokédex to educate poor fools like me, would you? And we get a whole bunch of heavy balls for our, heavy balls. Guess I'll just... You know, I'm gonna use these small ones on Umbreon. It's basically nearly there. Level 86. And let me get Hydro Pump back, because I think I'm still gonna need it. Still though, kinda crazy that Water Pulse here is just perfect accuracy. I mean, I guess they had to give it some sort of usage since Confusion is no longer a thing in this game, which immediately makes it one of the better ones. Just, I never realized just how much of the sort of annoying stuff from a lot of past Pokemon games this game just doesn't have, like constantly getting stun locked with paralysis. So let's have a look at what missions and requests we have left over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 49, 50. Let me know if you see one that's missing. 51, 52, 53, 54 is missing. 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. 71, 72 is also missing. 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, and then the rest is just Paths of Solitude. So we're looking for, I think, 72 and 54. I'm just gonna quickly look those up so we can be sure we get this over with as quick as possible. I want to get these out of the way because I'd rather not leave as many stones unturned as I can. Oh yeah, that one. That's a request that I remember picking up off stream, and then I realized, oh, that's something which I haven't done on stream. I have to cancel doing that immediately. Yeah, let's record our findings. Palkia is complete, that's nice. Investigate causes behind Sudowoodo. No, that's not what I want to do. Let's just return to the village. Return to Jubilife Village. It's getting pretty hot in here. And then there's 72. Feels like there's a fair few missions in here which you can just overlook. Can I interest you in a candy? Here at the candy stand, you can purchase EXP candies to raise your Pokemon's experience points, so there's no excuse for you being underleveled against Volo. Then again, you don't like my recipe? No, it's just too expensive. Now, before you buy a wee treat, lend me a real one, would you, lad? I came up with a new treat called candy, using candy truffles, but it's caused me nothing but sorrow. Every last person who tries it says it's beyond saving, a complete disaster, utterly terrible. I've had to shelve this new creation, and there it remains in a salty puddle of me bitter tears. I'll likely never see the light of day again. Seems I'll likely never be able to pull out a profit from my creation, but I'd at least like to share my recipe with someone, lest it be forgotten entirely. You like making things with your own hands, don't you? I can share my recipe with you. Got plenty of candied truffles to spare, but you need to bring a soft fruit root, a springy mushroom, and a hoppleberry. Got it? Spring. I think I can just buy these from you. Crafting materials. Do you have softfoot roots and it's kind of, I suppose it is a truffle, but I didn't think it was that kind of truffle. Just when you see treats that involve mushrooms, just run. Also, I completely forgot. Give me, there we go. Just give me a second here. I thought I was missing something through this whole recording. Yeah, I forgot to set up my model for this particular stream, so yeah. Yep, I'm ready to learn. Here you go. You handed over the softfoot roots, and the springy mushroom and the hopperberry. Hopperberry has been surprisingly useful throughout this whole thing. And learn from the master. Miss, ma'am, you're in my shot. This is such an awkward. This is so awkward. Anyway, swap stats. Oh, ain't that just the typical of our famed survey groups of core? So it's like a finny onto water. Swap stacks them to swap around the Pokemon's offensive and defensive stats for a time. It's a curious sort of mix-up, not at all what I was going for, but life serves up all kinds of surprises. And you survey core folks end up fighting against all sorts of different Pokemon, don't you? If anyone can find good use for my swap snacks, I'm sure it'd be someone like you. Serving up swap snacks. It should be interesting with Umbreon, I will say. Just instantly being able to swap from defensive tank to destroyer of worlds. Anyways, let's have a look at the objective number 72, and if we need to, we can just talk to her afterwards about the results of the curative poison. So, we're gonna have to go in here. I think we need to talk to you, Presel. Medicine should take effect before long. It's bound to help Buck's back feel better. Oh, my back! Yeah, something tells me not. So, I'm gonna have to... let's see. Nothing seems relevant to me. Maybe if I go out and then back in again. Maybe that should do it. I'm just guessing at this point in time, because I don't remember this particular quest all too much. Okay, gotta talk to her in the daytime. Talk to her in the daytime, so that means going back to bed, which I think means we get access to... I didn't want to show this until much later, but I think we may be forced to, given where we are. So let's see what happens when we rest up. Until morning. And if I'm correct about this, we may be getting spoiled a little... oh, I guess not. Huh. I was thinking... never mind. Maybe we'll show up a little bit later. For now, though, Maybe it shows up once we've completed this last quest line request. Once we've spoken with Kogita, so... Maybe I have to go in at night? Let me just check. Okay, let's try at night. Until nightfall. And it was kind of unsettling just seeing the sky outside just immediately turn black. Oh, hey Silene. Stent, would you come with me for a moment? Miss Silene, what's this about? We'll go in all the... Oh, and the Commodore is here as well. Ah. Taking the wind out of my sails a little bit. So you came. Stunt, are you aware why we named ourselves the Galaxy Expedition Team? Not really. Just that I didn't think to question it until now. As I expected. Allow me to explain. I am quite fond of likening things to stars, such as how I describe the intellect and abilities of Silene and the others to our patrons. When explaining our plans to move to Hisui, I told our members we're as bright as shining stars. Hearing this, one of our patrons said to him, I see you have yourself a veritable galaxy then. So what, are we some kind of galaxy squad? Perhaps to curry favor, the commander then said he'd name us the Galaxy Expedition Team. Honestly. That's not quite right, Silene. I also thought it was a fine name. Alas, the name will not live on forever. Once life here in the region settles down, the role of the Galaxy Team will end. And once we are no longer needed, it is only natural that our team will be disbanded. And you're okay with that. The important thing is that people learn to live in harmony with Pokemon in this vast land. Our name hardly matters, is that not so? I promise you, I will pass down the name of our team and the tales of its accomplishments to all my descendants. Monkey's paw curls up. I see. I suppose that does sound something like something you would do, Silene. Stunt, forgive me for taking so much of your time. Please accept this as a sort of apology. Nice. Despite having fallen from the sky into this land, you have not once hesitated to help us. For that, I thought you deserved to know the story behind our name. I have high hopes for our continued efforts to help the people in Pokemon of Hisui. Okay. Please tell me I can accept this next quest line now. Still nothing. Great. Grog. It definitely feels as though I'm missing something else, because according to the thing it says that I should unlock it right after number 34. But I guess not. Let's try sleeping till morning again. Will this be the one? Will this be... We'll just tuck it in and see what happens. Until morning. Okay. Let's just, midday. Midday, just to be safe. There we go. And hopefully that should do it. Because I don't want to spend too long just messing about with this quest. I want to get it done. Though from what I hear, it's kind of difficult. What am I missing? Also, Krogunk's just... Even from here, Krogunk's in a slideshow. So I just having to check a few things, because it's saying that I should be able to unlock this at this point, but for some reason, no. Okay, rack recommendation for the request is 6. Okay, complete quest number 34 and talk to Purcell after catching an electrode. I have an electrode. So, what gives? What gives, game? Nothing here seems relevant to me. You know what, I'm just going to complete this next quest and hopefully, it can come back here and it should be mixed. If not, then I may as well explain the quest. The quest requires us to attain 100 medicinal leeks, which you can either buy or just run around the obsidian fieldlands for hours getting. For now, though, let's just wrap up this next quest and see what else we need to do, because... Alright, need to complete the Pokédex entry for this one. I guess we could just run around the obsidian fieldlands for a bit, grabbing medicinal leeks in preparation and completing this Pokédex entry, because that's what we need to do in order to complete this quest. It's kind of a shame. I was hoping that this particular stream, once I was done with it, wouldn't be so scuffed. Hopefully that it isn't a sign of things to come with regards to streams being recurringly scuffed. I suppose since we're doing this, I may as well perhaps go into... Just thinking what else I had to say about this game in all honesty, because I think I've gone over most of my thoughts. I am hopeful at the very least that Legend of Zar will continue where this game left off and creating a Pokemon experience that is at the very least more engrossing and enjoyable than Scarlet and Violet is, because I feel as though I really shouldn't have brought into Scarlet and Violet. Just thought, hey, that would be something that I can stream, and well, I did. But at the end of the day, I'm not entirely certain whether it was worth it, considering just how infamously bad that game came to be. Sure, some stuff got improved after launch, but the performance issues never did, and it's generally just... Well, most of the bugs are fixed, the performance was not, and I think despite the patches, it sort of attained a sort of similar reputation to something like No Man's Sky, where it just started off being this unfinished glitchy mess. You know, something like a Cyberpunk, even though Cyberpunk did improve with time. It has been a while since I played Cyberpunk, so I may have to go back and check exactly how much it's improved, but I'm assuming considerably. Scarlet and Violet, meanwhile, just feels like they were intentionally just holding back a lot of the good stuff until like Indigo Disc, just to ensure that you just buy everything, which admittedly does feel at least a little scummy. Sort of thing where I'm sort of left questioning whether or not I'll get Gen 10 at all. I have said on multiple occasions that I would be comfortable just going back and playing all the games I grew up with from Gens 1 to 5. And streaming those as well if I can. And I am left wondering. This is more recent stipulation, I feel, 2010s onwards. The idea that if you don't enjoy every aspect of a series, you're not a true fan. If being a true fan requires so much work, then I'd honestly be more than happy being a fake fan, because especially as getting older and having a lot more work that I need to do in my own life with jobs and whatnot, enjoying something which I've grown to love for many, many years shouldn't be hard work. This is something that after a hard day's work I can just sit down, switch on a good Pokemon game, play for a bit, unwind, enjoy the story, enjoy the world and all the various Pokemon, and hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. Because if the series is going to continue going down this path of supposedly diminishing returns, where Scarlet and Violet doesn't turn out to be the lowest point, but just the midpoint, then I'd be more than happy just not buying any more Pokemon games and just enjoying the ones I already have. I know that probably won't be ideal for everyone, and obviously that's not an option for a lot of people, given how expensive Pokemon games are to this day, especially secondhand, but I guess I can consider myself fortunate enough that I am in a position where I can enjoy all these old games. I'm just thinking I really do want to go back through Gen 5 again, because it's been years since I've done so. But that was sort of, I suppose, in less good times for me, where... oh, there's multiple Eevees here. You know what, I don't think we're going to be needing too many of these... Oh, that one just disappeared. That's such a shame. Gotcha. I also noticed there's a lot of alpha wormholes around. Just a weird observation. Do I have any more potions? That's a good question. I don't think I do. I think I can take you. Or you know what, Alright, I guess I am gonna have to fight you. Look how slow he moves still. It's kind of endearing, just seeing this semi-cute worm thing just moving towards you very, very slowly. Needless to say, it's not nearly as menacing as, say, Spiritomb was, with just this massive face leering out at you. I'm also hoping at the very least, while it may be a forlorn hope, I am hoping that Legends are is better optimized, because it just feels as though ever since X and Y, a lot of the games have just been looking worse and worse. I suppose it's not exactly fair. I mean, Sun and Moon didn't look all that bad either, despite its also being poorly optimized. I'm just trying to remember the name of the route. I know there's a specific route where with the cutscenes and such, it's just laid out in a way that just seems like more busy work than it should do. It's just laid out in the most inefficient way possible, from what I recall. And I can't help but wonder how that's sort of translated over to the Switch games. Like, it does sort of baffle me that Pokemon is the largest media franchise in the world still. Like, it was back when Sword and Shield came out, and fairly certain it's still the same now, but most of it is made through merch, which, I mean, the merch is still pretty good at the very least. I suppose that's just where the bulk of their focus has been for the longest time. But it really just feels to me at level 2. You really just get the feeling that I lost track of where I was, what I was thinking of. Sorry. So merch, that's the highest grossing franchise, and yet it can't hire people which can properly optimize a game for the Switch. Because it's fairly obvious that a game that's well optimized, or at least has a good art style, can look good on the Switch. We've seen this even back in the day with games on the Wii. Like, Nintendo's for the longest time has just had less powerful consoles ever since the Wii, and it still managed to put out games which generally look pretty stellar, with Galaxy, Galaxy 2, Mario 3D World, Odyssey, and on the Zelda front we have Skyward Sword, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. I can't remember if there actually was a Zelda game on the Wii U. I think Breath of the Wild may have been developed for the Wii U initially, before they changed up to the Switch. I think that might have been it. Regardless, you have Nintendo's finest just putting out one of the best looking games on the Switch with Mario Odyssey. And then again with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. And yet, for some reason, despite being the highest grossing media franchise, just can't afford a similar prestige caliber of programmers in order to make the Pokemon games as good as possible. It just seems so baffling to me in a way, but I suppose it's kind of weird, because I want to say the games aren't necessarily the focus, considering you also have merch and such, but the merch, the cards, the anime, everything is revolving around the game, so you'd think, since the games are supposed to be the centerpiece to the whole Pokemon machine, as it were, the games would be able to hold their own, but unfortunately not. It's just the best thing about Gen 8 was probably the anime. I will admit it's been a long time since I bought any Pokemon cards, and with all the drama that surrounded them in more recent times, and how you constantly have to be buying more cards in order to have a semi-decent deck, it never really seemed like the most welcoming thing for just a newcomer to come in, because especially given how expensive the cards are. It's just over here it's like £3 for a single pack of basically sheets of paper. I know that's sort of hyperbolic, but I'm sure you get it right. I mean, obviously you can just say that's related to the economy as such, but you'd think something like that would just be $1.99, but I guess not. Generally the cards seem oddly expensive, and that in itself just dissuades someone like me from wanting to get into it properly. Because the cards are, well, the cards do have good art on them. That's something I could potentially just look up online. I get that it's not exactly the same as just actually having it in your hand and being able to admire the artwork actually right in front of you, but I suppose the point still stands. And the weird thing is that I've never actually played a single actual game of the trading card game, aside from maybe the Game Boy game at one point. I'll have to go back and... I do have it, I just have to check if it actually works. That might be some interesting stream material once I've run out of ideas for things to stream. Like, you know it's bad when we get to the trading card game. I mean, I have heard that it's supposedly pretty good and sort of leads me to wonder. I know that a lot of other fans of the card game have also pointed this out, the fact that there's just been no other game adaptations of the trading card game aside from just the online mode, which isn't all that great either because you have to buy the cards in person and just scan a code in order to get the cards. It just... You'd think an actual just Pokemon trading card video game with online multiplayer where you could just play around with the cards, you'd think that would make a mint, but I guess not. It's the sort of thing where I can't help but just wonder exactly where the priorities for the series are at this point. I mean, I suppose the fact that we've been here so long, a space-time distortion is forming. But yeah, I suppose the fact that Legends of Zar has been delayed till 2025, I suppose that could be classified as a good sign that, generally speaking, they've realized they need to pump the brakes a little bit and just take their time with actually ensuring their pipeline is a bit more, trying to think of the word. It's right. Sustainable. That was it. It was right at the tip of my tongue. Yeah, I think we just go back for the time being and just hope. Yep, nothing new to report. Let's go back to the village. And hopefully this next quest line will actually be in. If not, then we'll just go without, because we've been at this for an hour already, and I think it's high time we get onto some of the good bits. The main events, as it were. Until midday. Just gonna check one more time, then we're just gonna... In fact, and again, the sky just lights up outside. It's crazy. Oh, hey, Reaper. We're just gonna wrap up this Forces of Hisui quest, see if I can actually get this last side quest to work, and then we'll just move on to the main events, because I have been at this for a hot minute. Just want to be sure I cover all my bases is all. Aha! You've caught Namorous as well, and you know much about her. Namorous arrives in Hisui once winter has passed, hence the epithet of Herald of Spring. Her company, when I had the pleasure, is of great help. She ferries me hither and yon across Hisui, but I'll leave her in your care, I suppose. For now, you say. Indeed, even you hardly expect to live for all time, surely. But she'll be in your care for now. Here, this is the reveal glass. If used on Namorous and her brethren, they will assume different forms. Wait. So you're assuming that once I perish, or expire, you take Enamorus back? Are you immortal or something? Alright, Gokar, we were just wrapping up the Forces of Nature quest. The reveal glass, meaning we finally get the Therian forms. Your Enamorus and her brethren have something in common. You all tend to stir the pot of life. Do not mistake me, I mean this positively. If everything was straightforward, what meaning would there be in living as long as we do? Once there was a god of field, and once there was a god of spring. Upon his sweet winds it wheeled, brought life to every growing thing. Was that how that old verse went? I have passed on to you all there is to pass. Where history goes from here, I leave to you and your companions to see through. What is her deal? Also, kind of missed when Avra was here. Yeah, I think that's all there is to do with that, meaning if we can't get this last quest to work, then we'll just move on to the last thing, the big thing, the main event, basically. Still nothing. I really don't get what's the deal behind this whole thing, because it should be coming up. Why won't you give me your next quest line, please? Alright, let's just head up to Hole of Origin. Because that's where we need to go next. That's all of them. Got all the stamps for all the Pokemon, which means if we go down here, aside from Shaman, of course, only one left. Habitat and investigation. Research method unknown. Pokemon 140. Let's do this. The defied Pokemon. All fingers point in this direction, so let's close it up. This river. It could be an omen. It is kind of weird, because seeing all those statues of the Olgrim Palkia down there, it does make me oddly nostalgic for some reason. I guess just thinking all the way back to Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, and Battle Revolution. I really should stream Battle Revolution someday. I think I can get that working. I think you can go ask for... I mean, there's no one else in here, it's just me. Alright. Leads me to wonder. Well, this is definitely the other half of that feeling of mystery I felt all the way back in Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum all those years ago. I still can't help but feel there's a little something more to this, which I suppose is fine. You can't expect to know all the answers, can you? It just sort of takes a lot of the fun out of all the things. Just, and even all these statues have been thrown to the four winds. Oh well. Let's do this. Your zero flutes are making a sound. Let's play it. Somehow through my mask. I'm not blowing, I'm not actually playing a tune, not using all the holes or anything, just holding it. At least Ocarina of Time had an excuse. Alright. And we're climbing the stairway to heaven. And to the top we go. Probably should have saved beforehand, but oh well. Ah well. This is not exactly what I thought the whole of Origin would be, but... I mean, it's compared to Diamond and Pearl, it's just a sheet of glass miles high above Spear Pillar, but... this is still pretty cool. And I think, if it zooms out, it's the same sigil that was in the Shinjo ruins. When you're getting your Dialga Palkia Giratina egg. Teleports behind you. That's kinda cool. Well, granted, I think this is also going to be the toughest fight in the game. Which, of course, I would expect it to be. There he is. And my phone has now become... a spirit bomb, I think. We're fighting now. And we get the theme again. Ooh. In your own time, game. In your own time. There we go. Health bar. Mysterious bomb. Oh! Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to focus a little here, honestly. Just... oh, Nelly! Yeah, he just does not let up. I think I may end up dying here a couple of times, because... I tried to roll. And sniped. Right. Everything went black. Yep, restart, because we'd barely made a dent in him. There's no shame in continuing battles if everything goes wrong, just... I'd like to get this done. Also, I got a comment on the music here. Obviously we hadn't heard much of it, but... it does get pretty freaky in a little bit. And then he steps forward, and then just... whoa! Yeah, that's not really well telegraphed as well as that. There we go, just gotta serpentine it a little bit. Getting a little bit cocky, I'm aware. Somehow dodged that. But yeah, I think one neat thing to note is that... what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh no. Whoa. Okay, that's not too bad. It's just a very, very slow-moving thing, but... oh. I just realized he had, like, those things that acted as a barrier. Right. This may take a little bit. Because I was hoping to show off a little bit more stuff, like maybe some Path of Solitude. There's a... I think there's also another optional mode, but for some reason we haven't unlocked that yet either. I forget the unlock requirements for that one. Okay, just gotta do it as soon as you touch the ground. There you go. There we go, I'm learning your attack patterns. You just went right back into it. You fooled me. I think that's maybe just a thing he does once you hit a certain threshold. Yeah, it seems as though we're doing a bit better now. I got greedy there. Getting too greedy. Try that. There you go. He's swapping up phases. What? Freaking teleported. Oh, gotta get in the. Doing the thing where you gotta get in the thing. Oh no, where is he going? Where's he coming from? Whoa, Nelly! Dodged at the wrong time. Hey, Carl. We were just fighting God. I am going to continue. Thank you, Carl. Carry over some of the progress. Keep previous progress. Just so we can very slowly whittle this one away. I think this just black screen has a little bit more of an effect once you're actually... Alright, where are you? There are you. A black screen, I think, has a little bit more of an effect when you're actually fighting him normal. Oh, he just breaks through the space-time continuum to do that. Nice. This phase doesn't seem too bad. He just stands still for a fair bit and just lets you wail on him. Yeah, his judgment is, the timing on it is a little strict. Oh, what are you doing now? Oh, he has multiples. Where am I supposed to go? Right over here. Oh. Two, three, four. Gotcha. I can send out a Pokemon, but I won't. I'm gonna do this without Pokemon, I tell you. I've done it before. And I'll do it again! I keep dodging too early for that. It is kind of neat how it's just all sparkly. Okay, it's just this again. Says I think it's faster. It feels faster. And he does it again. Yeah, I think I'm hosed. think I got you on your There you go, I think I got you now. Last health bar, here we go. I think that still counts. Yep, continue. Okay, will this count me reaching his last hit bar? I'd be surprised if it did. Oh, it did, wow. Alright, last phase. One thing I do quite like about the music in this boss fight is that over time it gets increasingly more distorted, just really giving the sense that you're really fighting this world-making, world-ending entity. This thing that's that can rewrite reality, just sort of messing with the game a little bit. I kind of wish it did that a little bit more visually as well. Just dead set on spamming that, huh? I'm guessing this is... It's kind of weird though, because he doesn't change types at all when doing this. It just... different attacks. I think this is supposed to be dragon, because... meteors... Also never got why it just seems so chubby around the middle. Got too greedy there. No, I'm not going to admit defeat. Not sure why you would reset the gauge. That just seems like the same option as resetting the battle. It's weird because I feel this is this should be easy, yet I'm just struggling. When I say it's struggling, more just sort of getting greedy. A fair few of his attacks are annoying to dodge. Also, the fact that you stay on the ground for so long is kind of annoying as well. Somehow dodge that one. Okay, nearly there, nearly there. You'd think he'd have more than 2 attacks at his last phase. Maybe I broke him. There we go. Yay, I did the thing. It didn't feel like too much of an accomplishment. Thou hast done well to seek out all Pokémon. Unflagging devotion to a goal shalt see it through. So thou hast proven by thine actions. Much as that ancient hero once did, he and the Pokémon that walked beside him. To see such truths proven anew, beyond the bounds of time and space, bringeth joy to me. I am glad that I chose thee to call to this world. Yeah, can you send me back? I have things to do. as thou walkest onward upon thine own path, upon thee and upon this creation where thou now dwellest, I bestow thy blessing. And I bestow upon thee a part of myself. I would walk this world together with thee. Show me how it appeareth in thine eyes. You mean you're not sending me back home? I mean, the legend plate is cool and all, just allowing you to just gain every type on Arceus, this sort of power-up that you wish Arceus had, but I really am stuck here, aren't I? I meant to press the screenshot button. There we go. I was just thinking that's kind of a nice shot. Although, again, stuck here. Did that really happen though? Was it all in my head? I'm just back here again as though nothing happened. I just realized the plate there I'm just standing on. I think it's the... yeah, I think this is the same as in... game. Game. I think the game is broken. It's... It was telling me to bring more ingredients for candies. Alright, let's head back. Hopefully now that we've done this, we can take on that last quest. Most illuminating! Yes, I've caught God. Received a part of Arceus. He only has... It's kind of bizarre. He only has one research task for him, and it's just that one. Arguably the easiest one. It is the heavenly fount from which pours all the light that shines across the sea. Its luminance guides and protects all Pokemon, whose Sweden mythology states that Arceus is the creator of all things. And this is where we get a nice little bit, I suppose, theory busting, lore building, in the fact that the Arceus that we see here is in fact just a fraction of the Arceus which created the world initially. So it's not so much that... oh. Something's just telling me to go in there. I'm sure it can't be that bad. Nothing seems out of the ordinary in here, but again, the bed. What could be so important about the bed? I mean, it was a pretty harrowing fight I spent against Arceus, so I guess we'll just sleep till midday. You hear a voice calling to you. Will you answer the call? If it gets me home, I suppose that's just gonna put me in a lot more trouble. Back here again. Whoa. And there you are again. Hello. Welcome to the eternal battle revelry. I bestow upon thee this test of skill and luck, that thou may try thy mettle in battle. Trust in thyself, and see how long thou canst remain victorious. Battle number 1 is upon thee. What wouldst thou do? Let's see. Fairy and Pokemon, which of course means Landorus, Thundurus, little Pokemon. Let's go Fairy. Overcoming this challenge will grant thee 7 points. Where am I? Back apparently at the Hall of Origin, and this is Amorous' Fairy form. I get that it's supposed to be more bestial, but it just seems kind of humorous to me that it's just big cloud turtle. Let's start off with a quick attack just to soften it up. Level 80. Wow. Guess they're not playing around anymore, huh? This is essentially, as best as I can describe it, this game's battle tower, where you just have waves upon waves of different Pokemon you can fight in order to gain points, in order to gain more rewards. It's a fairly fun system that was added during the Daybreak update, which is where the massive mass outbreaks were also included. I'm guessing as time goes on, all the fights get increasingly tougher. I grant 7 points. Win battles in the Eternal Battle River, and further points will be thy reward. Use these points to make wishes and grant all manner of boons ahead of thy battles. Let's see the Make-A-Wish option. We can change lead Pokemon, restore health, restore PP, choose different opponents, inflict poison, sacrifice health for double points. We'll get rid of Machamps. I don't think I'm going to be using him all that much in battle at this point. Back. Let's Steel type little Pokemon. Nah, let's go ground type. 6 points. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, just figured it'd be nice to sort of showcase it. As this, I'm fairly certain, is where you spend a fair lot of your post-game. Just, I'm not entirely certain you actually get experience from this, but you do get rewards at the very least for getting further and further in. These battles are just making me want to play Coliseum again. Okay, make a wish. Oh, I forgot I have a Namor still on my team. That's, oh. Yeah, let's take some from Samurott. And we'll fight and fight. Strong Pokemon, strong offense, large-bodied Pokemon, strong offense. 12 points, wow. Okay, Cypher. I suppose that's one way of putting it. Strong offense. This may be where, this may be the end of Lopunny, unfortunately. Oh, I can swap. That's good to know. I don't have any good swap-ins against Cypher, unfortunately, so, guess we may as well go out swinging. We'll probably make it to 5 battles and then I'll call it. And, do that. This ought to sting. Oh yeah! I'm so sorry, Lopunny. But that was cool. Okay, so you do get experience from this. That's good to know. 12 points. 21 points. Wow, double points. We'll take them from Machamp again. I probably should take them from a Namorous, actually, since I'm probably not going to use it. Inflict Poison. 2 points from a total of 19. I'm guessing this costs more as you use it. Change lead. We'll go Umbreon, because I want to showcase his tankiness. Back. Pick a challenge. Any challenge. Incarnate, large-bodied steel. We're going Incarnate. 14 points. Against Tornadus. That's actually pretty good. I'm not going to have to worry about your Fairy-type nonsense. And your Poison as well, so this is going to be even better. Yeah, we'll just Baby Doll Eyes. I know that healing would really be beneficial for Umbreon, but the only real healing Umbreon gets access to in this game is Rest, which isn't exactly ideal as it halves his defenses. And Calm Mind so I can turtle up. Alright, jump. Again with the nasty plots. I am just going to snarl at you. That almost took out your entire health bar. And see, powerful Donatus. Hurricane barely did anything, and he's dead. It's like with poison, that's just like the Umbreon way of doing things. Just poisoning up, turtling up, healing. You could almost say that sort of battle mentality in general is just sort of fundamentally broken in RPGs. 29, let's take it from an Amorous. Inflict burn. Let's do that. And that'll be all. Battle number 5, we'll stop here. Steel type, rock type, strong defense. We'll go steel type. Because obviously Umbreon doesn't fare that well against... Oh, it's a measly little Magnemite. That's unfortunate. I mean, level 80 still, but... I was expecting a challenge. I suppose it does get a little more challenging as it goes on, because you don't restore health or PP between battles. Yeah, I'll just do a snarl. And oh yeah, status effects don't, status effects carry over as well, I think. It's... Honestly, I do think I kind of prefer it to the Battle Tower, because... I suppose it's more reminiscent of other battle arenas in other games, where you don't heal in between battles, and as a result, the game doesn't have to cheat in order to boot you out after a while. I think I think 5 is enough. I will look forward to my future efforts. Fare thee well until we meet again. Oh boy. Okay, bye. Something has been placed before you. A grit pebble, some experience candies, a star piece, a seed of mastery. So yeah. As you proceed throughout the Battle Reverie, you get more rewards. And that's where you mostly grind to get all your good stuff. Still nighttime, though. I'm gonna try a little bit just to ensure we can actually get this quest, because this is starting to get ridiculous. Yes, I know the effect should be getting better, and because this is getting on my nerves. I'm not entirely certain what's causing this, but apparently I am now just locked out of quest number 72. No idea what's causing it. I'm gonna try going out, resting up, waiting till midday, then coming back in, see if that changes it. If not, then we'll just do some Path of Solitude, and we'll leave it there, because I wanted to make absolutely sure this was going to be the last part. Because it's been so long since I've gone back to any Sonic stuff, and I've been yearning for it. Just because, admittedly, from what I've seen and heard, at least, the Sonic stuff just seems to do the best on the channel, and obviously I'd like to lean into that. Yes, survey reports. Ah, so you can also get survey reports when in the Reverie. That's pretty nice. Return to the village. So yeah. Reverie is surprisingly cool. Still not proccing this quest at all. I think for the time being, we'll just... I suppose... Yeah, because this NPC is supposed to trigger a quest, and for some reason it's just not proccing it. No idea if I'm just missing something, or not. Let me just check again to see if I missed something, because I want to be sure I've gone this. After catching an electrode, do I need to complete the dex entry for electrode? That's... Okay, right after. So, I think I just screwed myself. That's a shame. So yeah, you have to talk to her immediately after completing quest number 34, which I didn't, so I'm kind of out of luck. I suppose in the meantime I may as well just showcase the Path of Solitude. I've gotten all the Pokemon here, so... Aside from Shaming, which I can't get because you need Sword and Shield, to get Sword and Shield save data in order to get Shaman. It's nice that this also acts as a makeshift PC as well. I think we'll just spend the rest of this just showcasing the Path of Solitude. And the Path of Tenacity, actually. Let's just showcase a lot of this. We can fight Akari, Komodo, you, Ingo but tougher, Mai, Sabi, Res. Let's fight Komodo first. Dun dun dun. I've donned this traditional Galarian armor, and I trust you know what that means. I ain't holding nothing back for this battle. You can tell he's serious when his real accent comes out. He's still got only 5 Pokemon though, so we'll just see how we fare. Thankfully, I have Ice Beam. Alright, let's see how strong you are. 65, okay, so we can just go straight through you. Still do love the whole spazzing animations Porygon Z does. It's obviously not as extreme as in the Gen 4 3D games like Battle Revolution, etc., but still such an entertaining Pokemon, if I do say so myself. Wait, Pin Missile isn't a multi-hit move? That's kind of odd. You have a Thunderbolt. I suppose Splinters does make some sense as an addition, but... Whoa! So that makes me wonder whether or not we'll actually see Splinters at a status condition reappear in the game, in the more recent games at some point. I wouldn't be surprised if it's in Legend Zar. And yes, I keep calling it Legend Zar, because I find it funny. Oh, and Snorlax as well, great. May also lower offensive stats. I'm just going to go for Moonblast because that's my strongest. And, oh, crit. I don't think you can do much to me now. Look at that. It's like a third of my health. And I think I can just finish this off with Mystical Fire, why not? Next. I was thinking if I had enough time I would probably go for all the battles, but I think I'll just go through the most interesting ones here, just to sort of showcase some of the more interesting stuff, I think. Still weird that he has Clefable of all things, alongside all these super tough ground types. We'll just go for Moonblast again. I keep forgetting I actually do have a poison type move, but it's on Samurott, the worst one to actually take the poison type move at this point. Probably would have been nice to also include Calm Mind on Gardevoir, but I figured the Fire, Ice, Lightning trio of moves was a cooler addition to have, personally. Wow, I get 2 Moonblasts. And I think we'll just Swift Mystical Fire. Just to set us up for the next turn. Yeah, even here Clefable's just like a seemingly impassable wall. Oh, it's over. I would expect nothing less from a member of the Survey Corps. You understand Pokemon well. And Gardevoir gets solo XPs. The way you battle, it's as if the culmination of all your Survey Corps work continue to improve your skills. So yeah, this is basically where you go for all your battling needs once the game is properly over. Path with Tenacity. Oh, this is where you actually battle. Okay, regular Pokemon battle is where you call in basically, I'm gonna say Ingo but tougher. Let's fight him, then we'll do Tenacity, then Solitude, and then I think you cannot know what happens after winning out without winning. Therefore, I will exert every possible effort to battle with you. All aboard! Still feel bad for... He even does the pose. Still feel massively bad for Ringo just being trapped here alongside me. It honestly is kind of like... I'm not sure if you're familiar with Doctor Who at all. The Weeping Angels, where you're just sent back in time and are forced to just live this entire lifetime. Just stuck in the past, and then you basically end up dying at the point where you would have been taken back in the present. It's kind of freaky like that, but at the same time they also are quite scary, at least in their debut episode. And here we are, just seemingly stuck here, the result of an angel's touch. Oh, and you have a Machamp as well. Heck yeah. I'm dead. Well, at least we find someone else here with a good amount of class. I didn't even nickname Gardevoir. What kind of trainer am I? I'm probably gonna have to give it a nickname after this, just so she's joining in with the rest of the party. Tangrowth. Yeah, I can just Ice Beam you, I think. This also Sleep Powder. I was gonna say, this also kind of neat how with the various moves you do normally, depending on your speed, you just too drowsy to move. You effectively get free spare turns. Which I suppose is kind of neat when it comes to normal battles. I can see why this wouldn't really catch on though, because obviously with faster Pokemon they can more easily abuse it. We'll just go standard Mystical Fire, and then we can probably finish off with a Thunderbolt. Or maybe not. This may be where Gardevoir falls. Yep. Fortunately, though, it's been ages since I've actually brought up Machamp. Let's bring up Machamp for this. It's time you got some time in the spotlight. You, level 88 monster. High horsepower, let's go. Also noticed that a lot of the, I suppose, problematic in quotations moves in terms of ground types are gone, so you don't have any Magnitude, you don't have Earthquake. Bulldozer's here. Fissure isn't here either. None of the one-hit K moves are, which I suppose is par for the course. It just feels as though there's a lot of mechanics and moves throughout this whole series which kind of feel outdated. Some would argue the turn-based RPG system in general is also kind of outdated, though I personally won't say it. I mean, this is definitely a more dynamic step, but I can imagine there's something else out there was a bit more fitting. Alright, let's close it up with close combat. I wasn't lying, I mean, level 76. He could probably take on, Volo with his high-level team with Alakazam. Bravo. Excellent. So many levels from that, wow. Please, do your best and run towards the destination, an even higher state. Alright, Battle of Tenacity. We can do Galaxy Team, Diamond Plank, Pearl Clan. We'll do Galaxy Team. I mean, I've already gone up against, Commodore. Do you think you can defeat all three of us? Come then and prove the might of you and your Pokemon. Captain Zissou of the Survey Corps reporting for duty. Okay, so you just have to fight free. Rapidash. Not quite what I'd expect out of you. I'm guessing you have a Lopunny? Also, I'm led to assume this is fairly similar to the Reverie, where you don't heal up between fights. Which is probably why they only have 3 apiece. Oh, there's Lopunny. You did that from all the way across the stage, that's cheating. You know what, let me show you a proper close combat. Get over here. Let's go for the size difference. Look at this disparity. And he has to move forward. Yeah, boy. Alright. See, that's a close combat. You just warp in and just go for it. Alright, last Pokemon. Oh, Infernape. This could be trouble. Quick attack. We can just throw one of these out real quick. Bam. And then, Double Edge. This should do the trick. Boof. And then after this, I think we'll go with possibly Umbreon's Path of Solitude, since it's impressive as ever. Yeah, we'll do Umbreon's Path of Solitude after this, as he's earned it after everything he's gone through. Just the backbone. I don't usually go about picking battles I cannot win, but I'm doing this for Commodore's sake. I won't hold back. You know, you should probably just, give him that attire more, honestly. It just makes you think, I kind of want to go back and play Auras at some point. Then again, Sapphire Nuzlocke would probably fit the bill as well. Just I had a lot of fun time when I played through Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Oh, and Gardevoir as well. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Dazzling Gleam. Ah, you fool! Even so, that barely did half my hit points. 2 can play at that game. And then we'll just go... And I get 3 attacks in a row. This is great. Umbreon out here, just like, wait, it's still my turn. Oh, almost a one-shot. Still keeping up the dazzling gleams, huh? That's the power of Baby Doll Eyes and Calm Mind. Umbreon just takes 0 damage in this game. In fact, I'm not even sure I need Snarl anymore. It's nice to have as a sort of utility in this game, but even so, I'm not sure I need it. Baby Doll Eyes. But yeah, Gallade and God of War. Imagine if we got like a future version where it's like Wally's descendant and he has a Iron Valiant. That would be pretty cool. It is a shame because Scarlet and Violet did have a bunch of cool Pokemon I liked, like a lot of the Paradox Pokemon, mostly on the future side, like Valiant, and I almost want to say Jugular, but it's kind of one of the more forgettable ones. Iron Bundle was pretty good. Roaring Moon. A training match to help each other become the best we can be. I'll take that over the messy battle every day. I have no idea what accent I'm going for. Alright, Kamado. Your strength offers many lessons. Defeating you will prove I've learned them. Commander Commodore, the Galaxy Expedition Team, to battle! Alright, he still has his free, just Golem, I'm presuming Snorlax? Not sure if Umbreon was the best Pokemon to bring out for this. I could still soften you up a little bit with Baby Doll Eyes. I don't think a Calm Mind is strictly necessary, just gonna probably just go in for the kill. Let's see... Yeah, just Dark Pulse. See how much damage this does. I know it's still a respectable chunk of his damage. Again, this game has just sort of confirmed to me that Umbreon is just my favorite. I wasn't sure whether or not I wanted to admit it or not, considering he's not really a bunny at all, and I figured because I'm the bunny guy that my favorite would have to be a bunny Pokemon, like Lopunny and Azure, and I still like them, but honestly, after everything we've gone through in this game, in Colosseum, in XD, in all these various other games. In fact, I still have like a German Umbreon I got all the way back in Diamond and Pearl. I think it's... I think it might currently be in Scarlet and Violet, but there was an adamant one I mostly used for synchronizing natures, which I'm not entirely certain whether or not that's even a thing anymore. I mean, it's not even necessary to an extent because, of course, nature means. You cheating little. Here, have a close combat if you're that eager. That was a mistake. And somehow Machamp survives that. Wow. Yeah. Poison jab. Go for it. And that did it. And I think after this we'll just go Path of Solitude. I'm reminded once more just how terrifying Pokemon can be. There is nothing compared to how dependable they are. So yeah, now you have the option to just fight all these various Galaxy Diamond and Pearl team members. You pushed all the way through the path of tenacity. I'd expected no less. I'm grateful to you for showing me what a heartening presence Pokemon can be. We must spar again sometime. Reaper Claw, yeah, you just get more items for it, which is pretty nice. And lastly, Path of Solitude. Against the Pokemon of your choosing, accept the challenge, and we'll wrap up. Starting off as we started, with Kyle. Oh, I have to... I forgot I had to store all the other Pokemon. That's fine, that's fine. Carl can just be the only Pokemon I have on my team at this point. He's the glue that's held this whole thing together. Let's go. Very well then. Let Kyle's path of solitude begin. All aboard! Oh, and how fitting. It's against Espeon, who I have a type advantage over. I'm guessing it has Dazzling Gleam? Oh, Focus Energy, ooh. This could be interesting. Thankfully, I have ways around that. I know that I probably won't do much against crits, but it should help me out just when he doesn't crit. And that being said, I think his best move is probably just Dazzling Gleam, because it doesn't get Moonblast, I think. Alright, let's see what you got. Yeah, just Dazzling Gleam. Let's see. That was a crit! That was a crit, and it didn't even do like a quarter damage compared to that. I mean, continuing to lower your defense. Oh, you're going for the baby doll eyes as well? Okay. He's really going at it with that, huh? Alright. I could probably just take you down with Dark Pulse. There you go. Yeah, the Path of Solitude, it's sort of like the battle CDs, the Battle Sim from XD, but instead of it's more thematic as opposed to just straight up being challenges. I've added a marker signifying its victory to the page for Umbreon in your Pokédex. And we get more experience candy, so that's a good way of just getting up more experience. And I think, unless we can... I'm gonna try one more time, and if not, then this is just gonna be where things wrap up. So weird. Yep, I guess we're just out of luck for that particular mission. That's a shame. So yeah, I think that's basically, aside from that one mission, everything I wanted to do. May as well go over the mission details for that one in particular, so you don't miss out on that one. That particular mission, Purcell's Easy Errand, you have to collect 100 medicinal leaves, and for it you get rewarded... an adamant and a modestment, so it's actually a kind of a damn shame that I missed out on that one, because the rewards for it are pretty good. But aside from that, I think that's everything I wanted to go for. May as well show off the Mark of Solitude for Umbreon. He's all the way up to the top of the screen. I think the main thing, I'm not sure what the reward is for perfecting all of them, but I think for getting Research level 10 for every single Pokemon, you do get the Shiny Charm, which, as if finding Shinies in this game wasn't easy enough. Now you can just go out and get all of them. I just want to check and make sure there's no other rewards which I'm missing out on. Not entirely certain as to whether it says. It's oh yeah, Pokemon with updated stats, effort levels, unknowns, Pokemon sizes. Yeah. Not entirely certain if you do get anything for perfecting everything, but I suppose it's just a nice thing to do. Just want to make absolutely sure before we wrap up. What happens after perfecting the Pokédex? You don't get any special reward for perfecting the Pokédex, but for getting Yeah, for getting complete on everyone, you get the shiny charm, and for perfecting every single Pokemon out here, getting perfected on a certain Pokemon increases its shiny odds. So, if there's a particular Pokemon you like, that's your impetus for going out there. I think, though, to wrap up, because I don't think that's a particularly good note to end on. Let's break out Arceus. Arceus is around here somewhere. Ooh, we got a whole bunch more pastures as well. There he is, Arceus. Coming with Judgment, Extrasensory, Recover, and Hyper Beam. Obviously, level 75 as well, so still weaker than Umbreon. Yeah, let's just go out here, and I'm gonna find a Bidoof, and we're gonna showcase Arceus' true power. Obviously, just like in the regular game, the flame plates, all the various plates do also change its typing. Let's just, Legend Plate Retext. So all creations, overall creations, does the original one watch overall. Just favorite that, and let's see what happens. Obviously, Blank Plate, this is just here because these are now key items. Yeah, using all the various plates just change Arceus' typing. So let's see what happens when we use the Legend Plate. I don't think Arceus' appearance changes at all, but this is essentially Super God mode. He also gets Calm Mind as well. I'm guessing that Arceus is just generally one of the better Pokemon to bring along for the Reverie. Which is kind of paradoxical when you're thinking about it, because there's a challenge made by Arceus, which you're using Arceus to fight against. Alright. Try not to run Bidoof. Yeah. With the Legend Plate, Arceus just transforms into the type that would be most effective against the type it's facing. It's a similar thing as well with how Hidden Power now works in this game. I forgot to mention, Hidden Power is in this game because, of course, the Unknown are here as well. And how that works, instead of going off of IVs, it just generally changes itself to the type that is super effective against the enemy Pokemon. And we get a whole bunch more research levels for all these different Pokemon, and yeah. A little disappointing, I know, but I guess I'm just gonna have to find my way home some other way. I'll probably put out a poll in the near future just to gauge what Pokemon game you want me to play next. It's probably going to be an older one, because generally I prefer the older ones. But I think from here on, Saturdays are going to be dedicated to Sonic content. Actually, can I just check? Do you evolve? Mutafred? I could have sworn this Cascoon is supposed to evolve at some point. Ah well. I suppose there are some things I generally just missed off. Hopefully next time I can avoid those mistakes. But until then, I'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.
In your heart, even though the tears are fighting hard to be free. Look at your reflection, you don't recognize it. Can you really say that's me?
to face these new revelations. Don't stand and wait, or it may soon be too late. The stars align to show you the answer. Can you decide your own fate?
A helping hand extending toward you. You try to reach, but through despair you must breach. Discover mysteries yearning to be unveiled, showing what you beseech. The world is spinning faster and faster. Through wind and rain, there's never time to explain. Can you reclaim the lost thing you're after now? How can it be the same? Traversing lands so strange yet familiar, that play a part to those you have in your heart. But in the end, I still feel as homesick now as I did from the start.
Don't forget I'm with you in the dark.